Women rarely leave suddenly. They rarely lose interest out of nowhere, and they almost never disconnect without giving signs. But the signs they give aren't loud, obvious, or dramatic. They're subtle, emotional, silent. And the truth is this: by the time a man realizes what's happening, she's already miles away inside her mind. Before we dive deep into what women really feel but never say, let me ask you something important. If you enjoy content about female psychology, relationships, emotional intelligence, or if you simply want to understand women on a deeper level, please hit the like button and subscribe. The channel is just starting, and your support genuinely helps it grow. Okay, now let's begin. There's a specific moment every woman reaches, long before she stops trying, long before she pulls away, long before she leaves. A psychological shift. A quiet turning point. A point where something breaks inside her, not dramatically, but silently. And once that moment happens, she doesn't fight anymore. Not because she doesn't care, but because she cared alone for too long. Women don't detach instantly. Emotional detachment in women happens slowly, gradually, through accumulated moments where she felt unseen, unheard, or emotionally alone. A woman doesn't disconnect because she stopped loving. She disconnects because she stopped feeling loved. The first sign is subtle: she stops defending herself. She stops correcting you. She stops trying to prove her feelings or explain her emotions. Not because she agrees, and not because she's suddenly okay, but because she's tired. Tired of explaining herself to someone who listens with their ears, but not with their heart. Women communicate emotionally, not logically. So when a woman argues, complains, questions, or expresses discomfort, it's not an attack. It's a request. A request to feel seen. A request to be understood. A request to be emotionally met. When she stops doing that, she isn't peaceful, she's numb. Another thing men rarely understand: women don't resent quickly. Resentment grows from repeated emotional dismissals. From small moments that didn't matter to him, but mattered deeply to her. A harsh tone. A forgotten promise. A lack of effort. A moment where she needed comfort but received distance. Women remember emotional patterns, not isolated events. If a woman tells you, "I feel like you don't listen," she's not complaining, she's warning you that the emotional bond is weakening. But most men only take this seriously after she stops saying it. And once she stops, she's already halfway gone. One of the deepest truths of female psychology is that women carry the relationship emotionally. They analyze tone, body language, consistency, effort, and emotional presence. They feel the shift before a man even realizes something has changed. So when a woman acts fine, quiet, neutral, that's not calmness. That's resignation. That's the moment she accepted inside her heart that she's alone in the relationship. And here's something few men notice: before a woman disconnects from the relationship, she disconnects from herself. She becomes quieter, softer, less expressive, less emotionally open. Not because she wants distance, but because she needs to protect her heart from further disappointment. This is the beginning of the end, the psychological exit. The psychological exit is when she's still physically present, but emotionally gone. She may still cook, still talk, still smile, still show affection, but none of that means connection anymore. It means she's doing the things out of habit, not out of emotional involvement. A man sees her still there and thinks everything is okay. A woman sees herself still there and feels herself slipping away. Something equally powerful happens next. She imagines her life without you, and for the first time, it feels peaceful. That's the moment men lose her forever, even if she doesn't leave yet. Not when she's angry, but when she's calm. That calmness is not love, it's closure. Physical distance follows emotional distance. She stops reaching out, stops initiating affection, stops seeking closeness, not because she lost desire, but because desire dies when emotional safety disappears. To women, emotional and physical connection are inseparable. When one fades, the other collapses. Women don't beg. They don't chase. They don't force connection when they feel invisible. They simply shift. And the shift happens silently. She stops planning a future. Stops offering ideas. Stops trying to fix things. Stops caring about arguments. Stops asking for effort. Stops fighting for love. Because deep inside, she already fought for too long alone. Here's the hardest truth: when a woman leaves emotionally, she leaves physically much later, but the decision was made months before she walks away. That's why when she ends things, she seems so certain. She isn't cold, she's exhausted. She isn't angry, she's done. She isn't confused, she's clear. And what men call sudden is simply the final chapter of a story she has been reading alone. Understanding women is not about being perfect. It's not about being strong, handsome, or confident. The core of female psychology is emotional presence. Women fall in love through connection. They stay through consistency. They trust through safety. They open through empathy. They blossom through emotional understanding. When a woman feels emotionally safe, she becomes softer, happier, more expressive, more affectionate. When she doesn't, she becomes distant, quiet, guarded. Many men believe women are complicated. But the truth is much simpler: women only become complicated when they don't feel emotionally secure. If you can connect with a woman emotionally, truly connect, you unlock a version of her that she doesn't show to anyone else. A version full of loyalty, softness, love, intensity, and devotion. And if this video is helping you understand women better, or even understand situations you've been through, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. It genuinely helps the channel grow and helps me bring even more topics on female psychology, emotional intelligence, attraction, and relationships. Women don't leave because they want freedom. Women leave because they want peace. And when staying costs them their emotional peace, leaving becomes the only way to heal.